Hi and welcome back to my channel. How are you guys doing today? Thank you for returning. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for making it do what it do. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Now let's continue with these great foundations that I love, that stays on my skin all day long, that I'm in them from a good 10 to 12 hours per day. So let's continue with this foundation series that I'm telling you all the great foundations that I love, that I wear, that I repurchase, that I go back to Sephora, Ulta, Dwayne Reed, CVS, anywhere that they selling these foundations, I will repurchase them because that's how serious it is. I mean, I love these foundations. They're true to their word. They're true to what they say that they do. I'm going to continue to show you the foundations that I love, the foundations that go well with my skin. You know what I'm saying? They go good with my skin. So I'm going to continue to show these great foundations that I love. And don't worry about me popping this e.l.f. brush because this is a good brush. This is one of these kind of like a kabuki brush, but it's not as like a kabuki brush, but the density is great in this brush. And this brush, again, is like a $4 or $5 brush. And this is one of the ultimate blending brushes that they have. It's a great brush. Do go purchase it. I think it's no more than $6-7. It's a great brush. It's long wearing, long lasting. I mean, it applies great to the skin. It applies your foundation good. Whether it's matte or liquid, it's great. It's a great brush. So let's continue, like I said, with this series. Okay, so my next foundation that I do love, the next foundation that I love and that I will stick by it, and it does what it says. Everything that it says it does, it do. It applies well to the skin. And that is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation. Now, I love this foundation. Now, I'm going to just briefly tell you what it states that this foundation does. Okay, so we do know that this is a full coverage foundation, and that it is because it's buildable. I mean, you can apply a little bit or you can apply a lot. It's buildable. So it's whatever preference that you love to do, whether you like to, you know, have a full coverage foundation or whether you just want it to look skin-like. Either way, this is a great foundation. It's going to come through on both ends. Don't think it's not going to come through, because it's going to come through on either side, whether you want full coverage or whether you want to look skin-like, something like what I got right now. My skin looks good. I like that. My skin looks great. Okay, so this foundation comes in over 55 shades. Great foundation again, and it retails for $43. Yes, if I'm not mistaken, yes, $43 at Sephora. It's a full coverage. It's a matte foundation. It's a liquid foundation, and the skin type is oily to combination skin. Now, sometimes what they mean is that when it's a combination skin, does that mean some places you get a little bit oilier than other places? That's what they mean by combination skin. Now, oily skin is that it just be oily all over. So you need to, you know, apply a good primer, a good powder to make sure your oils stay at bay. I have oily combination skin, which is in my T-zone, my forehead, my nose here, and I get oily in that. So I have oily combination skin. So this foundation is great for me. Now, let me tell you what the foundation states that it does. And what I do love about this foundation is because it states that it doesn't transfer. It doesn't transfer, meaning that if I hug somebody, my foundation is not going to be on their face. Isn't that so embarrassing when you hug somebody, you got foundation on their clothing or their shirt or whatever it is? That is the worst thing you can ever do. That happened to me before. Trust me. It's the worst thing you can do. So this foundation states that it's a matte foundation. That's what it states. It's a matte foundation, that the finish is matte. And I will agree with them, because the foundation, when you do finish it, it is a matte finish. So that it states that the makeup is stay in place, is oily free and oil controlling. Double wear lasts in hot and humid weather and feels lightweight on the skin. And I have to say that it does. It's a great foundation. Everything that it says it does, it says that it has a flawless finish, a natural matte finish that unifies uneven skin tones and covers imperfection with buildable coverage. Now, I was told that is true. because I wear, like I stated to you all before, I work a 9 to 5. I'm in my foundation sometime periodically. If I have it on, I'm in a foundation for a good 10 to 12 hours. And these foundations that I did a review on, or that I came on YouTube and I talked about them being my favorite foundations, this is why they're my favorite foundations, because they do stick up and they do play the role and the part that they state that they're gonna do. I already have on my primer, I already have on my moisturizer, so let's get into this foundation review. Let's get it, okay? So now I'm gonna review the Estee Lauder Double Wear. You see me put this on before. I have a tutorial on this foundation, or a review, whatever you want to call it. I have that. I'm in the shade SW2 Rich Caramel, okay? And I'm gonna swatch a piece so you can see how it looks, okay? So this is this shade on me. Now this shade, if you can see, it's according to here. Now I don't buy my foundations like that no more, because I used to buy it according to here, how my skin tone is down here. And if you can see, you see that's just in there. See, if you can see, that's a match. See, you blend it in, it disappears. You see that? So the same thing, it's going to be showing a little bit lighter on my face. And now next time when I do go purchase it, I will go a little bit darker, and I probably will go a shade darker. So don't mind the coverage. I mean, don't mind the shade. Let's just get into how I'm feeling about it. Don't mind the shade. I just want you to see how the foundation itself wears. Okay. Now you can see that here it blend in, is, you know, it's in my skin. And even so here, it probably would look a little bit darker than what it is. But this is a great foundation. When I do wear this foundation, once I contour a little bit, once I put my bronzer on, it blends in. When I say perfect, it blends in, okay? So let's do it. Let's get it. I'm looking at you, but I'm looking at me. And now, I do want you to see, because I should have shown you before, this was like a couple of dark spots in here. I'm pretty sure if I zoom in a little bit, you probably see a little bit. But do you see how I just covered everything on my face? Everything. Yeah, I mean, that's why they say it's a full coverage foundation, because it covers everything on your face, and it's buildable. So now if I want to really blend this out a little bit, add a little bit more to fade that out, I can. But you know, like I always said to y'all, I like my natural look. I like the way I look. Now, this is how this foundation is looking. This is what I mean about this foundation. I love it. And if you can see, it did finish with a matte finish. Look how it's looking. Skin like flawless. When I tell you these are the best foundations, Fenty Beauty, NYX, Maybelline, Too Faced, Estee Lauder. It's so many that I like, not so many that I like, because I probably have like 6, 7 that are my favorite go-to foundations, and all of them serve a purpose. Maybe I'll wear more of a Fenty Beauty or Estee Lauder, or my other one that I'm gonna name to you, in the summer months, because I do know that they do hold up. Sometimes I switch up with my Estee Lauder, my Fenty Beauty, or the one that I do have that I have to come and do a review on and let you know, because that's going to be my last foundation that I love out of my favorites. But however, I do know that they're sweat proof and humidity proof. So I would definitely tend to wear those more in the summer months, because I do know that they will hold up in the heat. and that's what we want in the winter months. But these foundations that I'm putting on, they are all around foundations from one weather, from spring, summer, winter, fall. They will hold up. It just all depends on how you apply that foundation with the primers, with your setting powders, with your moisturizer. It all depends on how you apply it. But these foundations that I have named thus far, like the Maybelline Fit Me, the NYX, the Too Faced, the Estee Lauder, what else we did? Fenty Beauty. These are some great foundations. I mean, you cannot go wrong. And some of them, yes, they really retail, they expensive. The Maybelline and the NYX are inexpensive, but you're going to get your money's worth either way. The foundations are really great. Just want you to see the gist of this foundation to show you how beautiful it is and how it applies. Now, I can be in this foundation for 12, 15, 16 hours. I may have to blot every so often in my T-zone, and maybe, I don't want to say every so often, I may have to blot every, maybe 4 or 5 hours within. I have to blot like maybe twice, if that, because sometimes it looks great, but maybe twice, maybe, all depends. Because I hit blot here, it looked like I just applied the foundation. These are some great foundations, so if you haven't tried them already, do purchase them, do try them, and go in the store and, I mean, just try it. If you don't like it, get a sample. Sephora will give you samples of the Fenty Beauty, of the Too Faced. They will give you a sample of the Estee Lauder. Go try them. Just ask for a little sample. They give you a thing in a cup, and you can apply that, which that alone will last you for a week or a week and a half, because they put a lot of product in it. So do try it. Let me know your opinion. Do purchase it. I mean, I love it. I would go purchase this foundation over and over again. Do try it. Listen to your girl. If you like my video, like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that notification button, thumbs up. Let's make it do what it do. Come back for another one. Come back to see my last foundation that I will review. That is one of my favorites, and I will let you know what it is. I almost told it. I almost blew it. I almost blew it. Talking so much, I almost blew it. I almost told it. I didn't want to tell it. I almost told on myself. It was like right at the tongue, like, ugh, like, don't tell it. Let them come back and see it. So again, look at it. Look at my face. This is nice. Look at that. That's nice. Come back. Let's make it do what it do.